Hi learners and welcome back from an ad break. So now we're just going to quickly wrap up our lesson and go through what we went through in this entire lesson. So remember, our main idea was the circuits and components, and within that we looked at electric current and then further looked at the components of a circuit, what we find in an electric circuit. So words that we used throughout the lesson were words such as delocalized, electric circuit, electric current, and resistors to better explain what we went through in the entire lesson. However, what I want you to take away from this lesson, the very important things that I want you to always remember when reflecting, when thinking about this lesson is the following. That number one, an electric current is the movement of charge in a closed conducting circuit. So electric current, that's now the movement of charge in a closed conducting circuit. Number two, electrons can be transferred between objects resulting in a charge on an object. Remember, those objects that now have a charge, they are referred to as ions. We can have a negative ion and a positive ion depending on the charge of that particular object. If an object has a negative charge, then it is going to be a negative ion. If it has a positive charge, it's going to be a positive ion. Now, in metals, the electrons can freely move within the metal. So in metals, the electrons, they move freely within the metal up until you supply energy into that metal, then those electrons will start moving in a certain direction from one point to the other point. Furthermore, I want you to always remember that electrical cells are the source of the energy for the electrical circuit. So the electrical cells, they are the source, so they give energy into the electrical circuit in a form of potential energy to the electrons. Now, once those electrons get that energy, they will start moving in one direction, in a certain direction, from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. And once they start moving, they will now have both the potential and the kinetic energy as they are moving from one terminal to the next. And then the last thing that I always want you to remember is that resistors, they are a bit of both an insulator and a conductor. Remember that the resistors, they are resisting the flow or the movement of current. And we do know that insulators, they are bad conductors, so they do not allow current to pass through. Whereas these ones, the conductors, they do allow current to pass through from one point to the next. So resistors are a bit of both because they do allow the current to pass through, but they do not make it easier for the current to pass through. Hence, we are saying that resistors are a bit of both an insulator and a conductor. So now, I have answered a lot of questions for you. The challenge that I have for you now is, I want you to tell me what is meant by a short circuit. Until I see you next time, bye.